You've heard it said, health is wealth, so enrich your life with the Healthy Home Hour, brought to you by the Healthy Home Market. Every Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m. Know what's new and classic for health and wellness. Meet the local and national experts. Live God's plan to thrive, not just survive. I'm your host, Holly Adams, and welcome to the Healthy Home Hour. Happy Sunday, all. Glad you're here this Healthy Home Hour to keep your livers living. I mean, your liver is busy. It's working hard and long hours for you, completing 500 tasks each and every day. And your liver is actually the workhorse organ of your body. And get this, it's also a gland. It's an organ/gland that's not only detoxing your body and any abuse you give it, but it also plays a major role in metabolism, hormone production, cleaning up old red blood cells, and lots more. And our guest today, Yadi Alamin. Let me re-say that. That's Yadi Alamin. Right. Is a certified reflexologist, licensed massage therapist, herbalist, and Qigong martial arts teacher. And he's here to guide us to a healthy liver. So keep it locked on Streets 1033 to know the best way to take care of the largest organ in your body that takes care of you. So first, check it out. What's up at the Healthy Home Market at the Community Wellness Center this week, this Tuesday at 6:30 for 1 hour. Come to an Aloha gathering, an intro to the Hawaiian Islands, and learn about the beauty, the landscape, and the language. And it's for a love offering only. And followed up on Wednesday night, it's Tai Chi for Health at 6:30 to 7:30, just $8 a class. If you've always wanted to check out Tai Chi, this is the class for you at the Community Wellness Center. And then Thursday, the 26th, it's EFT again. At last, Dawn Gratolf is back and teaching you how to be a better parent for your child with EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique Tapping. That's a free class. It's on Thursday, 7 to 8:30. And then Friday at 11 to 3, experience for free Medicine of the Future, Light Therapy. Demo and info session is this Friday. Come to the Healthy Home Market for lunch and pop over to the Community Wellness Center to try the light. Bring your friends and enjoy the light. And then also, got to mention that our guest today, Yadi, is doing a workshop, a wonderful workshop called Liver, Live or Die. That's March 7th at 10:30 to 12. That's a Saturday. And the first 3 folks get a free DVD. And it's a $75 value for each DVD. So this is the time. Get there early. I'd get there, 10, 11, 15 to get yourself a free DVD. For Live or Die for your liver. So our guest today, Yadi, is in the house again, this time to get our livers right. So welcome, Yadi. It's been a while.
Thank you, Holly. It's been about a year.
I think so.
Almost to the day.
Yeah, just before we went from being on Saturday Morning Live and switched over to Sundays. So you do so many things. You teach Qigong and you've practiced this art, this discipline for many years. As I said, you're a reflexologist, a massage therapist, an herbalist, and you do these wellness workshops and teach right here in Charlotte. And you also have clients that are outside of your classes, and you focus on Chinese medicine. And the liver seems to rely on more than just getting, a few blood tests for bilirubin or liver enzymes like we do with standard docs. What's the difference between a healthy liver in Chinese medicine versus Western medicine?
Well, first, what you said is correct. According to Western medicine, your liver is healthy if your enzymes, they have 3 or 4 specific enzymes that they measure. If those enzymes are at normal levels, your liver is considered functional and you have a healthy liver. But from a traditional Chinese medicine standpoint, if you have any of the following conditions, your liver is possibly compromised in a very bad way, very detrimental way. So let's start at the top. Allergies. Liver health in Chinese medicine is directly connected to, allergies. Also, anger, frustration. Stress, tightness in the joints, tightness in the bones, tightness in the muscles. If you have eye problems, if you have any vision problem from nearsightedness to astigmatism, that's liver health. If you have diabetes, That in Chinese medicine is a direct relationship to your liver's condition. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, any degenerative bone condition is directly related to your liver. If you have, say, high blood pressure, or you know, epigastric pain, GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, this is liver. Now, we don't usually make this connection, but the Chinese system is a problem-solving system. So, whereas Western medicine, they'll tell you you have 8 to 10 symptoms that fit a category, then you have the symptoms of this condition. In Chinese medicine, it's more of an etiological, causal assessment. We're trying to figure out why.
Yeah, what's the root cause of it all? So, for those of us who don't know, where is your liver? Don't just point to it either. Explain it to us.
Your liver is basically in the substernal region, the right side of your body. You have ribs, your right ribs. If you feel along at the bottom of the ribs with your left hand, you'll start to feel a mass of tissue underneath the ribs. That's basically your liver and gallbladder region anatomically.
And there is a lobe, isn't there, that sort of goes over into the left side of the body a little bit?
Yeah. I actually brought the anatomy of the liver. I'll bring all of this to the Liver Die, the date on the 7th of March, just so you can see what all is involved. But the liver is basically on the right side of your body. So in Chinese medicine, if you have a blood issue, it's going to show up on the right side of your body. Because the liver is the blood storage and the blood filter. So just remember, right side of the body is liver. Left side of the body, they consider that a qi issue, which I'll get into another time,
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll have to come back. There's always lots to talk about when it comes to Chinese medicine. I'm wondering, how would somebody know? You've mentioned a few things, but how would somebody know if their liver's out of balance or sort of going in the direction of not working very well?
Okay. Are you overweight? Are you tired? Do you have tense muscles? Do you have sensitivities to food? Are you one of these gluten-free people? I think I just described most of America. Do you have high blood pressure? Are you irritable, angry? Do you have bouts of depression? This is basically a dead-on indication that there's liver issues. And the liver issues, they're not all one and the same. Not every liver issue is okay. It's going to manifest as anger, or it's going to manifest as tendinitis, or it'll manifest as cancer. But that's the idea. You'll start to see these things. The emotions are a big indication, because that's where everything starts. Everything in Chinese medicine begins with the shen, which is the spirit or the overall attitude of the person.
So it's kind of a chicken or the egg thing?
Right. And once it's gotten to the egg, you have to fix the chicken and the egg. So it's not just, if I have arthritis, I fix my liver, my arthritis is gone. We'll have to do sort of a biphasal thing where we address the autoimmune system in the case of RA, or the pain in the case of osteo, and then we address the cause, which is liver. But once something has gone beyond, say, the emotional layer, like you've got frustration, or you've got anger, or you've got whatever the issue is, it's physical now, and you have to do something physical, And we can talk about those things in greater depth. I brought a list, if you don't mind.
Please.
If you have a Western liver disease, I'll just go through the list. There'll be alcohol-related liver disease, alpha-1, autoimmune hepatitis, liver tumor, biliary atresia, cirrhosis, galactosemia, Gilbert syndrome, hepatitis A through C, liver cysts, liver cancer, liver, jaundice, non-fatty liver disease, primary biliary cirrhosis. These are Western diagnoses of your liver, and that requires a liver enzyme test, and other imaging. If they might even do a biopsy, to check out your liver, take a piece of your liver. In Chinese medicine, you have liver qi stagnation, liver blood stagnation, liver fire, liver blood deficiency, rising liver yang, cold stagnation, and damp heat. And I think the most dangerous one I'll mention is damp heat in the liver, because that can directly be linked to cancer.
Now, explain what you mean. I know it's tough. You can't give us a whole tutorial on Chinese medicine. But damp heat, what does that mean?
Okay. Damp heat, like right now you hear a little bit of phlegm in my voice. The temperature's been up and down, and I'm a full-time clinician, so I picked up the tail end of somebody's cold. So dampness could be considered phlegm in the body, or it can be considered a backup in the lymph, right? Or it can be considered any humor, any yin fluid, any fluid in the body that's overabundant. There's too much of it, Damp heat is basically, heat you can think of as an infection. So if somebody has, say, a microbe in the body, like a bacteria, a fungus, or a parasite, or a mold, or all these things that people talk about in naturopathy, that's considered heat. So if you have dampness, that's phlegm, or something like phlegm, and then heat is something like a microbe. So what it is, your body's already started to build up the mucus to get rid of it, but it's not coming out. So that damp heat gets stuffed down into the body, becomes a festering, rotting.
Oh, okay.
That's what leads to cancer in Chinese medicine, is that festering energy.
Okay, very interesting. We're going to take just a short break, and we'll come back and talk about this some more, and specifically with damp heat and the things that you've mentioned related to it. So stay with us, folks. We've got a great show here for you today to talk about your livin' liver on Streets 1033, Charlotte's new hip-hop station.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAleese and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes, know the power of spinal correction, and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAleese. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com, or call 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the Wellness Kingdom with the Health Detective Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte.
Novocaine, baby, baby, Novocaine, baby.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market. I'm Holly Adams, and I'm here with Yadi Alamin, talking about what you can do to really improve your liver health. Because if you can improve your liver health, there's like 500 other things that improve right along with it. So, Yadi, before the break, we were talking about just how you were saying the connection between Chinese medicine and looking at health before it starts to become a problem that would then be recognized in standard Western diagnostic tests. And you were talking about damp heat and how that combination of phlegm and microbes, parasites, etc., can potentially down the road lead to cancer. That's a pretty interesting concept to think about, and different for folks if they're not familiar with acupuncture.
Right.
When you're working on your clients, how do you tell if somebody has damp heat?
Okay, that's a good question. Usually liver conditions, you'll see a lot in the eye. You'll see bloodshot eyes, watery eyes, red eyes. Also, you can see in the tongue, you'll see teeth marks on either side of the tongue, which it'll indicate liver and possibly gallbladder, which has a very similar function to, they sort of work like sisters, the liver, gallbladder. But you'll see it also in the tongue. If you have teeth marks, you can look right now at the side of your tongue. I won't look at yours.
Okay, here, go ahead.
Actually, only a little bit on the right side.
Okay.
Which is, it's probably because there's an up and down, shock in temperature here in Charlotte. But also, what you'll see on the fingernails, you'll see striations, which are straight lines in the fingernails. So if your fingernails look like ruffles with the ridges,
right?
Yeah, you've got some liver stuff going on. Also, being that the liver meridian starts on the toes and the Jingwell points, I don't want to do that. It starts in the toes. If you have foot pain, or you have, say, knee pain, you have hip pain, that's going to be liver gallbladder. You know what I mean? So you can start to do this little self-assessment. Look at your eyes, look at the color, look at the consistency, look at your tongue, check out your fingernails, and think about your feet, your knees, your hips. If you got popping joints, the liver makes the synovial fluid, the lubrication interstitial fluid between the bones. So if you're popping and cracking, you could be 12. It's already an early sign that you're going to have liver issues down the road. And as we said before, liver issues can bring on diabetes, arthritis, asthma, obesity, cancer. It can bring pretty much 95% of the main diseases are brought on by liver disorders.
Yeah. How about things like, the liver, we know from, 8th grade biology class, the liver makes bile,
yes,
which is an alkaline compound that helps the digestion of fats or the emulsification of fats, and then it's stored in the gallbladder. So you hear a lot of folks out there that complain or talk about how they've had gallstones. How is the liver involved in creating gallstones?
Okay, so the stones are basically alkaline stones, the same way a kidney stone is. an alkaline stone. If the pH of the body is, too alkaline, or if the bile duct is blocked somewhere, you're going to have an issue. The bile duct may be blocked by the stone, or it may be blocked by too much cholesterol. And usually what it is your internal organs are shoved up and in. You can see this a lot in people's posture. If you see that the abdomen is sort of distended, yet there's a lot of tension across the middle, across the diaphragm, you'll know that there's going to be an issue somewhere with cholesterol, with gallstone or something like that, because just mechanically you're putting pressure on that area, which means blood flow is not even, it's not conducive to blood flow. So you're going to have an issue there because it isn't getting the oxygen and the nutrients that it needs. And it's not clearing out. So those deposits, those stones will build up just because there's no in and out flow. And we'll call that a stagnation or a stasis, which means that the blood or the chi is not moving. So you really want to watch how you're sitting too. And you want to watch how you sleep. And a lot of people sleep on the right side. We're just more comfortable because if you sleep on the left, you put pressure on the heart.
Right.
Well, all of these things add up, and it's completely normal to have some type of liver dysfunction. Now, dysfunctions have levels, so because it's normal, we want to have a normal liver cleansing routine. You know what I mean? So let's just talk about that.
Well, before, I'd love to talk about that. Definitely got to get into that. But first, so you're saying sitting and sleeping. What's the best way to do it?
Okay, there's a Qigong system called Sleep Qigong from Hua Mountain. And it was a Taoist system that was created for longevity. All Taoist systems, the Taoists were about longevity. So everything
Yes.
Taoist was about long life. And the reason for that is they believe that you have to live long enough down here to get it right. So you did something as a kid wrong, you lied, you stole, everybody did. You cheated, you did something you weren't supposed to do. If you live long enough, you can fix it. And that way you don't end up rebirthing or whatever they say, But the Taoists had a system, a sleep Qigong system, where there were 6 different positions. Each position was designed for a different organ. But because most of us sleep on our right side, we have a lot of pressure right on the liver. So, doing a twist when you wake up, twisting side to side, maybe 108 times is a good thing to do just to start yourself off. And you'll feel energy when you do it.
108. What's that magic number, 108? It's all throughout martial arts.
Yeah. It means a lot. Like 108 is a lot. That's a high number. Like if they say do this 81 times, if you add up all the numbers, like 1, 0, and 8, that's 9, which is the highest number. Because after 9, you use 0 as a placeholder and you start again at the next 1, right? So number 9 was a perfect number because any multiple of 9 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 4 and 5 in a series are 9. 9 times 8, 72. 7 and 2 in a series are 9. 9 is a perfect number. So 108 is basically the highest number you can give without, going into ridiculous numbers. So maybe do it 256 times, but do it a lot.
Okay, so then what about sitting? Because we sit a lot between work and driving. And what's the best way to sit for your liver?
Honestly, the best way to sit, according to the tradition, is to sit raising bai hui, which is the top of your head, basically where the top of your hat hits. It's straight up from the apex of the ears, with your chin slightly in and up, your shoulders hollow, your chest empty, and the tailbone sinking into your chair.
So would that be like a straight spine, kind of?
Right, but not military style where your shoulders are back,
Right.
because that's cutting off circulation to your neck, but with a rounded chest, but straight spine, absolutely.
Okay.
As you know very well, because you're a Tai Chi, practitioner for many years.
Yes, it's been great for me, and I'm fascinated about your focus on the liver. And there's so many things going on with folks. I mean, between toxins and the environment, and allergies are so huge. If you have a lot of allergies, would that indicate that your liver is stagnant in some way?
Absolutely. So I'm from Chicago, and my family moved down here maybe 10 years ago. And they developed asthma and a bunch of ragweed. And
Yeah, that seems to be typical of folks that move in.
it's because you're already liver compromised. There's something that sets it off. There's an antigen response that sets it off. But your liver, again, is already hyperactive. So when you become allergic to something, it's just another sign that the liver is overworked. I can't really make you believe that, but I can tell you that me personally in my own life, I developed a bunch of sensitivities very quickly. And when I worked on liver, it took me about 1.5 years to fix. This is not an overnight, take a pill, hey, liver
Right.
health. But it took me a while, but all the things I was sensitive to, I'm not.
So in cleaning out the liver, you have resolved your allergy issues.
Allergy issues, yep. Sensitivity to smells, that's a big one. Smell sensitivity, that's a liver issue. I rode in the car one time when I was really sick, and they had scented candles in the back, and I couldn't breathe.
Interesting.
And it was the middle of winter, driving with the windows down because I couldn't breathe.
That's funny because there's folks that come into the store, into the vitamin department. Maybe you've experienced it because you have a few hours that you do over at the Healthy Home Market on Independence Boulevard. Folks come in and sometimes they can't take the smells, even though they're all clean. They're not petroleum based. They're just oil based. But they still have a hard time with that. With those people, chemical sensitivities or whatever, are those the ones that really have a liver?
Multiple chemical sensitivity, absolutely. One of the main reasons I'm here is because I had a friend die recently on the second week of February, and he had multiple chemical sensitivity. Some of you guys know him from the market. His name was Raymond Hedrick. He died of cirrhosis of the liver. About 2 years ago, I told him that he had liver blood stasis. And he thought I was talking about some woo-woo energy thing that he said, well, I'll just do my Tai Chi. I told him at this point, you'd have to do Tai Chi all day in order to help yourself. When he got the diagnosis, he died about 2 months later. But I knew I knew when he had multiple chemical sensitivity that he had liver issues, but examining him even further, it was a confirmation. We don't slam dunk you. We don't say, okay, you got 1 out of 20 symptoms. There it is. We look for more indications, things that'll give us a clue as to why your liver is stagnant or why your liver has damp heat or coldness or whatever it is.
This is great info. It's so encouraging and hopeful for people to know that you can actually get ahead of it before it becomes a serious issue. Folks, stay with us. We're here with Yadi Alamin talking about how you can really help your body long before you get into a problem by taking good care of yourself and getting some good care. Like, check out the March 7th workshop from 10:30 to 12, Liver, Live, or Die, that Yadi will be doing. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Streets 103.3.
Friends, are you in and out of doctors' offices suffering with digestive issues, gas, heartburn, allergies, weight loss challenges, depression, or declining health in general? Well, find out why and what to do about it in the best health book of the century, fully referenced, called Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS. 3 books in one with 12 chapters, well referenced, including recipes, and over 80 health conditions and 20 healthy focus factors required to reach optimum health. Beyond Gluten Intolerance, GIS, is for people living with any disease, those who desire to reach a healthy weight goal, and others purely seeking disease prevention and learning how to stay healthy. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com. That's beyondglutenintolerance.com, or call 1-800-414-2563. Learn how making just a few dietary adjustments and getting digestion functioning back again makes the world of difference, often in just days. Visit www.beyondglutenintolerance.com.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAleese and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes. Know the power of spinal correction and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAleese. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Skin Gel by Aloe Life is made from fresh, certified, organically grown aloe vera leaves. The formula contains 1% skin nutrients of vitamin E, A, and C combined with additional herbal extracts. The ultimate value of Skin Gel is unmatched by any other topical aloe vera on the market today. The golden yellow color shows the presence of the yellow sap used traditionally for healthy skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural and safe way to support the body, popular for hair, scrapes, burns, scars, sunburn damage, or troubled skin. Skin Gel by Aloe Life is a natural astringent, perfect to apply to clean, washed skin to tighten, and may even support cell regeneration, as shown in Aloe Life's 1997 skin study. Follow with face and body lotion for maximum benefits. Look for Aloe Life products at your local health food store or online at aloelife.com, or call them today at 1-800-414-2563. That's 1-800-414-ALOE. The Aloe people. Aloe Life.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com, or call 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the wellness kingdom with the health detective Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby.
Hey, glad to have you along today here on the Healthy Home Hour. I'm Holly Adams, your host, and I'm talking here today with Yadi Alamin. I don't know why I can't get your name right. Say it for me. Alamin. Thank you. So, before the break, we were talking about all kinds of things related to the liver. And one of the things that comes up a lot when you're on the floor and you're walking around talking to folks at the Healthy Home Market is people's candida issues.
Oh, boy.
I know it's so huge, and people are talking about their sugar problems, and they love sugar, and they just can't seem to get rid of the candida. And, what is it all about? And does it have something to do with the liver?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Oh, my gosh. It's basically like this. Your liver is what stores glycogen, which is blood sugar, okay? So if somebody has the symptoms of candida, which there are 100 of them, so who doesn't have those symptoms?
Right.
You have lethargy, you have fatigue, you have trouble sleeping, you have high blood pressure, you have arthritis, you have autoimmune problems, you have sensitivities, blah, blah, brain fog is the big one.
Is a big one, yeah.
Okay, anybody can have candida, but what I'm saying is the cause, right, is that your body is not storing the blood sugar. Now, this is not just a liver issue, because this is a pancreatic issue. The insulin isn't being created, right? So you can metabolize the blood. The blood can metabolize the sugar that you're ingesting. So what happens? You eat sugar, and sugar isn't being digested, isn't being absorbed, isn't being converted into glycogen. The glycogenesis process never starts. So what it does is it feeds whatever is there. It probably becomes sludgy, phlegm, mucus, crap, and you have microorganisms, candida possibly, but probably bacteria, probably parasites, or some other, organism that eats sugar. And it eats your food. So one, you're already in a malnutritive state. You're not getting the food, and the food's not being converted to sugar, so you don't have energy. And your body's like, okay, I got to fight off these invaders. Meanwhile, you're feeding them. Now, you can believe that if I just take all these antifungals, I'll kill off the invaders. But even after you've done that, you're still not absorbing the blood sugar. You're still not metabolizing nutrients. You're sort of putting the cart before the horse.
Okay.
Which, if you go to a naturopath, I'm not putting them down because I have a lot of friends that are naturopath or napropath. If you go to somebody that says candida is the cause of your illness, that's not true. That's like saying arthritis is the cause of your illness. Arthritis is a symptom. It means inflammation in the bones. That's itis. So we're taking, again, you have to know that the body's not absorbing food. So every time you eat, you aren't feeding yourself. Some people will say, well, if you have candida, make sure you take plenty of enzymes. I think you should take plenty of enzymes anyway,
Just in general, good thing to bring up because there's a lot of enzymes out there. Some are higher quality than others. At the Healthy Home Market, we've got Enzymatica. And
great one.
That's a fantastic line. I love it too.
What is the name of that?
The
Emerald.
ATP or the
Emerald.
Emerald. Oh, that's Emerald Labs. That's another great one.
They have a digestive formula.
Mhm.
Enzymatica is good. They don't use rice flour and no fillers. The digest formula seems to work for most people.
So what about enzymes? Why are they so great? Why should we all be taking them?
Wow, that's a whole nother show. Like enzymes, there's digestive and there's metabolic, right? So you have digestive that start to break down the food into useful material for the body. Then also you have metabolic, which are about uptake and uploading, right? And performing, creating cells, creating blood cells, creating tissue and that kind of thing. And, when you take Enzymatica, if you look at the enzymes, you're only going to recognize a few, like amylase, protease, lipase. You won't know what the rest of them do. Alpha galactose, something A's. You won't know
From
what
outer
that,
space.
You won't know what that is. But a lot of those are metabolic. And if you take Enzymatica, for example, between meals, which is what the Russians did, the Germans did with Wobenzyme, they were showing that people who took Wobenzyme, which is an enzyme supplement, which we do have, I believe, still at the Healthy Home Market, that it was reducing the possibility of arthritis and that it was eating away certain types of cancer. Why? Because lipase, right, which breaks down lipids, fats, all of your toxins are fat soluble. If you're breaking down the fats in between meals, you're detoxing, right? But you're detoxifying in a way that won't make you sick. You won't get that die-off Herxheimer effect because you're doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Again, now, this isn't the answer. This is just a temporary bridge. Chinese medicine is like this. Chinese medicine is the boat, right? I'll give you a boat, and you'll cross the water. Once you get to the other side, take the boat off your head. We don't want you on enzymes forever. Right? But I feel like everyone should take them. Why? Because that's the most immediate way to feel a benefit. But you got to start with something. We can't say, okay, liver's messed up, we're going to put you on a 2-year protocol. Not everyone is built for that. So start with the enzymes, up the probiotics, start with the bitter foods, the purgatives, Bitter foods are amazing because bitter foods start the bile production, which Holly mentioned. The bile is basically what breaks down these fats, and aids in the removal of them.
There's so much to metabolism and digestion and trying to get it all right. It seems like, a symphony that you're kind of trying to put together to have harmony. And, people get a lot of disharmony. And you mentioned earlier depression.
Yeah.
And there's something like 1 in 3 and 1 in 4 people in the United States that's on psychopharmacology right now for depression.
Yeah.
And, the vagus nerve is a big thing that's involved with the liver. And there's pacemakers out there that psychiatrists and MDs prescribe that they actually fit in under the collarbone to stimulate the vagus nerve for deep depression. What about depression and the liver?
Okay, speaking from personal experience, I was diagnosed with bipolar depression, bipolar condition when I was 14. And I think that everyone is bipolar, but I was, lucky enough to be diagnosed. Now, for all of the things that they suggested, all of the ideas that they had, we're going to put you on lithium, right? How about Prozac? All of these psychotropic drugs basically create this idea where everything feels the same. If you do something wrong, feels like it's okay. Do something right, feels like it's the same as any other thing.
Yes, that's very disturbing.
Well,
for somebody?
Yeah, look at the. I probably sound like a heavy. I really want to hear myself on this show, but if you look at the statistics of kids that commit violent crimes, they're almost 95% are on psychotropic drugs. So
It's true.
have we fixed the problem? Are we still playing around with symptomatic mitigating symptoms or hiding symptoms? Because none of that will heal the liver. I'm a person, I started to tell you, I had this anger issue. I was a boxer, I'm a fighter. You study martial arts too. I like to fight. And not just to fight, I had to prove a point. Even after the fight, I wasn't happy. There was no Rocky music playing. I was going to fight again. And it's because I was angry inside. And that's because I experienced a lot of anger growing up. I saw it around me. I experienced a lot of, my family, my immediate friends were angry, so I emulated them. Well, once it's gone physical, right? Once it's psychological, it's physical. We know that the liver responds to this emotion, so what's going to happen? Well, the vagus nerve isn't being stimulated. So how can I stimulate the vagus nerve? Qigong. Qigong is known, it's been studied and documented to stimulate the vagus nerve.
And Qigong being, I know Gong means training, so you're talking about training your Qi in some way.
Right.
Yeah.
Chinese Qigong, training the Chinese Qigong is what helped me beat my depression. And I don't claim to be a over the top, happy go lucky, do a cartwheel, somebody you'd see in the Ambien commercial. I'm not that person. I'm a genuine person. I express all my emotions, But what helped me, depression is just when you dwell and you dwell and you dwell and you dwell and you stay dwelling and you don't have any hope and you run out of things, you just dwell. It broke that cycle because I have moments of euphoria and I have moments of balance now, and it comes from self-activation of the vagus nerve. If a person knows how to do that, you're free. You don't need this drug. You don't need, good God, a pacemaker.
Right, I know. It's just so this gets into talking about, the will. Because if you're stagnant and you're depressed, you're kind of stuck in a loop. So developing your will, and then sometimes the will is really stimulated by your spirit, or as you would say, your Shen.
Your Shen.
And so this then gets into also talking about people who are depressed. There's also often a dual diagnosis. So they're depressed and then they're also alcoholic, or
Right.
they're doing too many drugs. And there's this sort of cat chasing its tail kind of syndrome going on.
Yeah.
Speak to that a little bit, like, how to get off. Could you actually get off some of these things that you're addicted to?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. My friend Raymond, who was the reason why, I called you in the first place to do this show, he was an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic. And he drank, just like any other addiction, you drink to hide what you're feeling. You're tired of, it's really a self-help method of what you're trying to do. You're in so much pain, you don't want to be in your own mind. So you medicate yourself with alcohol, with sex, with drugs, with food.
Yep, lots of food addicts out there.
This Food and Drug Association is there's a reason why they're together. But you're hiding your feelings. So is there a way that you can shake it all? Of course. I did it. When I did it, I looked at myself and I listened. I started evaluating my responses. And I said, now I can think clearly. I'm not jaded every moment to go in and I have this chip on my shoulder. Or I don't have all these preconceived notions, and it's mostly because the physical affects the mental. It's much easier for me to work from the body upward, so to speak, from your inside out, than to talk to you and have you think and do a bunch of I feel exercises, which I'm not in cognitive therapy. I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I'm saying it's a lot easier for me to go from the physical to the non-physical, which is all what Qigong is about. You start with what you have in front of you. You have 5 senses. You have 5 elements, right? You have 5 different styles of Qigong. You have 5 seasons. You have 5 major organs, right? You have heart, liver, spleen, lungs, and kidney, right? So it's a lot easier to go through those 5 phases than it is for me to go, so what's the matter? What's
Right.
bothering you?
Right.
Are you angry? Of course you're angry. You get on the road, There's somebody trying to cut you off. You're in potential risk of your life at every moment. You're at a job. The economy is up and down. You're in at cutthroat competition for a lot of people. The family situation is different. There's a lot of single women raising kids. They don't have the temperament of a two-parent family. You have people that are born and one parent is addicted to drugs. There are real situations out here, and just putting on rose-colored glasses or disconnecting yourself chemically isn't gonna fix it.
Amen, Yadi. You're right. And so you're saying that the movement itself will start a ripple effect.
Yeah. I haven't fixed any of these problems globally. Like, I would love to wipe out all of these things I just mentioned, fix the economy, fix the environment, but I'm okay with me at this point, you know? And that's the thing, that's the thing. If you're worried about tomorrow, you're going to have fear, right? If you're thinking about yesterday, you're going to have blame, right? And this fear and blame cycle, this idea is really what creates this emotional dependency. I need something to get me out of it. Well, you can get out of fear right now. You can get out of anger right now. We use the breath. The breath is the one constant that will always be with you. It's the monkey that we use it's the banana we hold in front of the monkey. Your mind is like the monkey. We hold the banana. It sounds kind of corny. But the thing is, having done it for so many years, I can tell you, there's no argument with the breath.
Mm-hmm. Right. The breath really does work.
If you argue with yourself, you're wrong. Even if you're right, you're wrong. You're arguing with you. We have a responsibility to ourselves to feel and be as good as we can to ourselves first.
Right.
Your job is secondary. The economy is tertiary. You need to look at you right now. You know what I mean? Because you're getting into a stage when things are very expensive to do. You know, if you're going to go get medical care, that's fine. If you're going to do supplementary care, that's fine. But it's going to cost you time and money. And you'd better know what your goal is. You know what I mean? If we can stress one thing today, it's about having a purpose. You know, this live or die, it sounds kind of aggressive. And that's the idea. I really want you to see that healing is about your purpose. If you don't have a direction in life, if you're just hanging on by a thread, you're going to get sick.
Right. There's too many opportunities to fall down the hole because you're not looking up and looking forward. This is great, Yadi. I'm so glad you're tearing into some of these details. And we're going to take just a short break. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to the Healthy Home Hour on Streets 103.3, Charlotte's new hip-hop station.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. This is your favorite superhero, Captain Immune System. I'm always hard at work defending you against millions of bacteria, viruses, toxins, and parasites that would love to invade your body. But sometimes, even superheroes need a helping hand, especially with winter approaching. It's your job to help protect the protector. So start by eating a better diet, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and adding some quality supplements to your life. One being my partner in crime, aloe vera. Aloe vera is full of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients that can help me, the immune system, to be strong and resilient against infection. Many scientists and researchers believe that aloe vera supports the body to fight illnesses and diseases. When choosing an aloe vera product, quality is everything. Aloe Life has been crafting the highest quality aloe vera products for decades. To learn more, visit aloelife.com or call 1-800-414-ALOE. Aloe Life is available in finer health food stores nationwide.
Stop dragging yourself to the doctor to sit on a cold table in a paper gown to get instructions that don't always work. Americans outspend the next 10 other industrialized nations and still rate 11th in overall health. Change all that at the Charlotte Health Center for a proactive health scene with Dr. Matt McAleese and his first-class staff. Be a VIP and access special health classes, know the power of spinal correction, and experience the new Vibe platform to banish body pain, headaches, and disease without pills or surgery. Treat your body with respect to live your dreams of health and wealth. You can do it at the Charlotte Health Center with Dr. Matt McAleese. Call 704-780-0166 or go to charlottehealthcenter.com and live the life.
Friends, do you eat the amount of vegetables recommended by every major health organization, 5 to 9 servings daily to maintain health? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, less than 9% of American adults do. Luckily, there's a great solution, and it even tastes good. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula by Aloe Life. It's an easy and delicious way to get in the daily recommended servings of dark green leafy vegetables. Healthy and Slim Daily Greens Formula is top quality, certified organic greens blended with whole leaf aloe vera and Nepal cactus to support energy and stamina. Each heaping teaspoon supplies 3 servings of dark green vegetables that contain life-supporting nutrients, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and even essential fatty acids that people need to support body wellness. To learn more, visit www.allolife.com or call 1-800-414-ALLO. That's 1-800-414-2563. You can also find Aloe Life products at finer health food stores nationwide. Aloe Life, where being healthy never tasted so good.
Uncover the truth with the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, where Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine, investigates the core of your illness and frees you from a variety of health disorders. With specialized testing and skillful interpretation, Christian determines if 4 critical body barriers that act as a health shield have been compromised. Don't keep learning to live until you die with pain, depression, thyroid disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, allergies, insomnia, migraines, autoimmune disorders, or more. At the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte, you get the best of East and West to unlock your body's innate ability to be well and live well. With functional medicine, acupuncture, Chinese food therapy, and much more, you will get better and watch your life improve. Because with precise diagnostics, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. If you feel trapped in your illness or want to avoid the diseases of your family, contact the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte by going to holisticcharlotte.com. That's holisticcharlotte.com, or call 704-308-2557. 704-308-2557. Get the keys to the wellness kingdom with the health detective Christian Boyle, Director of Functional Medicine at the Holistic Wellness Center of Charlotte.
Novocaine, baby, baby. Novocaine, baby. I want
Hey, welcome back. I'm Holly Adams. I'm here with Yadi Alamin talking about how to really get your liver on track with Liver, Live or Die. We're talking about today. That's an upcoming workshop on the 7th of March. That's 10:30 to 12. And Yadi's going to be talking about all kinds of things and even going into more detail than what we're doing today about your liver and how it is really at the root of so many things. You know, Yadi, we've been talking about all kinds of things, everything from your spirit, your shen, to your satisfaction and finding your purpose, that really in finding your purpose for why you're here is what keeps you well.
Right.
And I thought you described that really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm wondering, here we are. We try to do the best we can. We don't always have the tools. You're saying that movement and the breath is something that can actually put us into a grounded place and put us into the spot where we need to be so we can unfold and evolve. I'm also wondering about how we cope with this environment that we do live in. There's so many chemicals in our environment. There's close to, for anybody that's been listening to the Healthy Home Hour, you know that there's 80,000 known chemicals out there, and we don't even know how they all interact with one another.
Yeah.
Is it important, is it imperative that we consider, continuous liver cleansing?
Continuous liver cleansing, yes. Not overstimulation.
Okay, what's the difference?
Oh, well, if you constantly, like I mentioned, bitters. If you keep taking bitters and bitters and bitters, you're overstimulating the liver. You don't want to make your liver work harder than it already is. It's 80,000 chemicals is a big job. Don't add 82, 85,000, things for it to fight off. But yes, liver care is a constant. Liver cleansing, specifically like flushing the liver. There's the master cleanse, which I have mixed opinions about that. But the idea is taking bitters, doing Swedish bitters. The Buplorum cleanse by Planetary Herbs is a great formulation. Old.
Yeah.
There's also Buplorum calmative, which is Easy Wanderer. That's also Michael Tierra, Planetary. I've seen that at the Healthy Home Market. One of the easiest ways to clean out the liver is just to go get some Eclectic Institute milk thistle and take a bundle of them. It'll start to flush you, and you can do that maybe once a week. There's no one saying you have to do this every day like a military regiment.
That brings up a good question because, from time to time, there are reports out there that get printed about supplements and herbs actually causing some problems with the liver. And a lot of folks, naturopaths, chiropractors, and many MDs say that those studies that we get now and again out and about are flawed or isolated. And then we've got this thing called the DSHEA Act.
Yes.
That Dietary Supplement and Health Education Act.
Right.
It's been around since the early 90s. It's really, and what the DSHEA Act is, basically, it's allowing people to buy supplements without a doctor's prescription.
Right.
Do you find that your clients are more confused? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah. Everyone, if you go on Google right now, go to, what's a good site? You can go to Earth Clinic or Cure Zone. Nobody agrees with anybody else. And the thing is, it's all about the assessment. Somebody has to really know what's going on. Go see a practitioner. I'm not opposed to Western medicine. Their diagnostic equipment is amazing. I'm not a fan of drugs and surgery, but there are times when you need it. Get a real assessment. Self-medicating, which is basically what we bring up the DSHEA Act, you're allowed to buy these supplements without having some kind of prescription. But at the same time, it also gives you sort of, the clearance to mess yourself up. In the early years, I poisoned myself. I used to keep a bag of charcoal. I poisoned myself at least 70 times, at least, ODing on herbs, taking too many herbs, taking the wrong combination, and there was some frightening, charcoal basically takes it out of your blood, but it wasn't a brilliant idea that led me down that road.
Well, what about the milk thistle? You just said, we'll take a bunch of milk thistle. How much is too much?
Well, and again, it's subjective. It's all up to the individual. You might be allergic to milk thistle. It's a weed. Milk thistle is a weed. Burdock root. A lot of people, it's a nightshade. Yellow dock. What's the other one people recommend commonly for liver? Some people say take olive leaf because it's a bitter.
Right.
If you continue to take it, it might cause stagnation. Neem. The neem plant is excellent for the liver. You keep taking it, you're going to have problems. Milk thistle, you keep taking it, you're going to have problems. You have to learn from somebody who studies. Reading the internet is a great thing. There's a lot of information, but it all contradicts itself. This is why I have a career, because I fix problems.
What about your Promise to Help campaign, Yadi? It's a charity campaign for Charlotteans with chronic health issues, and there's a connection with a healing master, isn't there?
Yes, indeed. I only study with the best, and that is to say that everybody who's taught me is what I consider an amazing person. But there is a gentleman named Tom Chi who was on the Doctors, had a segment on the Doctors on NBC. He claims that he can heal functional problems like pain, disorders in the body, any pain issue, any movement issue in 1 or 2 sessions. And that's amazing. So I can do a lot of good work, but it would never be 1 or 2 sessions. That, especially if you have structural deformity. But he claims he can feel under the tissue. His hands are like his eyes, and he can feel adhesions in the tissue. And if you look him up online, you'll see why. My friend Raymond Hedrick, he just passed. He had cirrhosis of the liver. When he passed, it was 2 years to the exact date that I contacted Master Tom Chi in New York. I'm raising, in my Promise to Help fund, $8,500 to go study with Master Chi. So if you're interested, let me know. Give me a phone call. I'm going to New York to go study with Master Chi. I thought it'd be a good idea to involve the community because I'm bringing whatever I pick up from Tom back here. And
right. And to come to the workshop and be a part of that on the 7th of March.
Yeah, March 7th at 10:30 a.m. That's at the Wellness Center over on Central, right?
Community Wellness Center. Yep, it's 1318A-0 Central Ave. It's right behind the Healthy Home Market, which is 1330 Central Ave.
And it's a pleasure. Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to be affiliated with Healthy Home Market. I feel that, the people who run the company have genuine hearts. They want to help people. I've been with Healthy Home Market for almost 18 months, and which is relative to the time I've been here. So I encourage people to continue to, to get your supplements from Healthy Home Market. Talk to the people. There's a lot of training. We're highly educated. Continue to listen to Holly's show. You never know. Just from talking to her before the show, there's a lot of guests that I wish I would have heard the show.
Well, in the show, many of the shows are archived online. There's also a blog, the Healthy Home blog, every week that comes out that I write that brings up some of the issues that we talk about here on the show. Yadi, thank you so much for being here and sharing all this great info.
That's a pleasure. Then there's
Absolutely.
another year.
Yes, exactly. We'll do it again, hopefully before a whole year goes by.
Yes, indeed.
So until next week, folks, we'll see you at the market. I'm Holly Adams, and be well. Make some good choices. This is the Healthy Home Hour, sponsored by the Healthy Home Market and your Charlotte's new hip-hop station, Streets 103.3. Pay it forward and restore yourself by making the healthy choices for you and your family, and enjoy life with the Healthy Home Market. Feel the goodwill and own great health. Check it out at healthyhomemkt.com. That's healthyhomemkt.com for store locations, details, and discounts. Get the best of God's green blue earth at the Healthy Home Market.